The last day a district can pay staff members, like counselors or teachers, is September 30th, 2024.
And now on 11 News Investigates exclusive, the funding cliff. Maryland public school districts will run out of time to spend more than $1 billion in federal COVID relief funding in less than a year.
And when that deadline comes, a new report finds that school districts will be facing, quote, a perfect storm of financial chaos. And investigative reporter Tolly Taylor joins us now live. And Tolly, you're saying that an expert told you that districts have never faced anything like this before.
Yeah, let's use Baltimore City Public Schools as an example. They're racing to spend their $443 million in federal funding by the deadline in September. A high poverty district trying to provide the biggest impact for its high need students while keeping an eye on the clock. And if they don't spend it by then, the federal government takes it back. Then there's the flip side. After September, district leaders need to prepare for a $443 million hole in their budget.
There's going to be a cliff. Districts are going to have to get used to not having those federal relief dollars. And what we found is the cliff is going to be a lot worse for high poverty districts.
Education finance expert Marguerite Rose's new report looks at what public school districts across the country are doing with the billions of federal dollars they received in 2021 from the American Rescue Plan Act, or ARPA. School district ARPA funding has to be spent by the end of September.
Because they have to spend so much money this year and plan to cut it all. It's like being on a roller coaster.
Rosa found that high poverty districts received 5 or even 10 times more money per pupil than wealthier school districts.
Well, maybe $6,000 a pupil or $7,000 per pupil to spend. And so once they've been spending that for a few years, they then have to get used to not spending that.
That's her first finding. The second finding about these districts, Rosa says,
they're making their way through it at a slower pace. That leaves more money to spend this year.
Why are high poverty districts spending their money more slowly? Rosa says in general, they lose out on the best job candidates to wealthier districts, struggle to retain their best teachers, have smaller finance teams to hire new people, and don't have the staff to ramp up new learning programs quickly and effectively.
In your report, you call this a perfect storm of financial chaos. Why?
Our kids are all also still behind from the pandemic. Many districts lost enrollment because of the pandemic. Enrollment drives revenues from other funding streams. This is just a suite of financial pressures districts have never seen before all at once.
So that's what these high poverty school districts are dealing with. Here's what's at stake for the vulnerable students in those schools.
These students will have a lifelong impact from the pandemic if we don't get their scores back up.
Baltimore City Public Schools received $443 million in ARPA funding, the most of any district in Maryland. As of this past September, City Schools CEO Dr. Sonia Santelises says the district has spent roughly $222 million. That's about 50% of its total ARPA funding, with 10 months to go until time runs out.
What does that funding cliff look like for city schools?
It's a lot of money in a short period of time. It would have been better if we had a longer period of time. I think what really helped was targeting a lot of the funding for academic recovery and for some of the district's HVAC building needs.
Santelises says the blueprint for Maryland's future, a landmark piece of educational reform legislation that's sending an additional $4 billion over 10 years to Maryland public schools, provides extra funding for high poverty districts, which will soften the fall from the upcoming funding cliff.
That's helping to buttress, but it doesn't leave us totally unscathed.
How do you replace $443 million?
I mean, it is a large sum when you say that. I repeatedly messaged, this money is going away. So think creatively, think about investments that will have long-term value.
Rosa says ideally, districts should be steadily spending their ARPA money. 11 News Investigates asked 6 of our local public school districts how much they've spent or committed to spend so far. Anne Arundel County says it's spent about 72% of its $109 million in ARPA funding. As we said, Baltimore City is at roughly 50% of its $443 million. Baltimore County has spent approximately 61% of its $217 million. Carroll County reports about 65% spent of its $17 million. Harford County has around 80% spent of its $42 million. And Howard County has spent about 60% of its $44 million. Rosa urges people to scrutinize slow spending.
I think board members should be asking questions. I think the community should be asking questions. Media should be asking questions. The state should be asking questions, because this money is for students.
And coming up at 6, what happens when the money runs out for the new city school staff and programs that were paid for with ARPA dollars?
I'll jump ahead to that question.
Please.
So, will the district be having layoffs?
The district CEO's response to that, plus the district's plans for the remaining $221 million. For 11 News Investigates, I'm Tolly Taylor.